I was in band from elementary school all the way through college. I don't know if any of you guys are also really cool. Here's the irony of band, is that everyone in the world loves music, but no one likes it if it's sanctioned by a school. Like, no one's ever been like, hey, what's your favorite band? Radiohead? Oh, mine's The School. My favorite song? Oh, it's that one they play during timeouts. It's got that tuba solo. Here's the deal. Every school program does fundraisers, right? For band in high school, we sold onions door to door. Do you know how little the school has to think of you to make you sell onions door to door in your own community? I don't know if there was a draft or something, because football sold pizza, basketball sold cookies, and I guess eventually they're like, hey, band, we're down to onions and cemetery plots. What do you guys think? We're like, well, of the two, I guess we're going onions. They're like, all right, sewing club, find out who wants to get buried on school grounds. So here was the deal. The minimum order was 30 onions for $30. 30 onions at the same time, not spread over 2 decades. It's just one day, we don't know when, a truck will show up and fill your house with onions. The average human eats 30 onions in 6 lifetimes. Like the only way you need 30 onions on the same day is if you own more than one Outback. And then for an extra $10, they throw in 4 pounds of garlic. Which, I don't know if you know what 4 pounds of garlic looks like, but garlic weighs slightly less than air. All right?
Hey, welcome back to Piece of Chaos. You just heard my buddy Ryan Connor, who joins me for the podcast this week, and I needed to tee it up a little bit before we get into it. Ryan and I had an amazing conversation, and I thought we were going to talk mostly about his new special, which is called Live in DC. Please go check it out. It's on Amazon Prime. But we ended up talking about a lot of stuff: drums, music, classical music, comedy, books. He's also an author. He's a great dude. And I think we had a super fun conversation, and hope you enjoy it. Please welcome my friend, comedian, musician, author, Ryan Connor.
I see your drum set behind you.
Yeah, it's been awesome. I built this room in 2020. When did I move in? I don't know. It's been about two and a half years now.
Mm-hmm.
So I built a studio, soundproof, virtually soundproof room.
Wow.
Kind of sounds like there's somebody playing music,
but from a small speaker instead.
But just from a small speaker, yeah.
Wow.
But it's fucking awesome. I mean, I can wail on my drum kit for the first time in my home since I moved to California. I had electronic drums that I would play, the V drums for years and years, and I love them. They're great.
Do you still have them?
I still have them, yeah. But there's nothing like the real deal.
Yeah, I've considered buying the V drums. Those are the roll-in ones, right?
Yeah.
The heads feel like snare heads, I think. Which is pretty nice. But then when I would sit behind one at like a Guitar Center or something, it was always weird to me that everything was like the same size and,
Yeah. So you know what that does though, is it makes you be much more of a center hit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's true.
So you can position them where the center of the drums would be. You know what I mean? So they look like they're actually spaced out a little because they're smaller. They're like, I guess 10-inch.
0-10, right? Yeah.
So there's that. Plus, it fools your brain. So, like, the craziest part was you put on the headset and you're playing, and you can change whatever the cymbals or the pads. You can change what they are. And I'd be playing a cymbal, and it feels like a cymbal. But if you change it to a wood block, it feels like a wood block, even though it's the same rubber thing you're hitting. It's insane. So it really messes with your mind. And it was great practice. I mean, I think, for 12 years, that's the only practice I would get would be playing the V drums.
Yeah.
And then, I'd get to the gig and play a real drum set, and there was really not much fall off.
Really?
Yeah.
You just bring your own, bass pedal and stuff. Just
no,
for
like
feel
if
or
I
anything
played,
like that?
if I played a gig and played my real set
Mhm.
at a show, I mean, it
Mhm.
would like my acoustic drums
Mhm.
only came out when I was playing a show.
Right, but,
So-
but I'm saying if you were playing a gig like this is when you were just using V drums, did you bring any of your kit with you? Did you bring the pedals or anything?
From the electronic kit, no. It's
Yeah,
just-
really.
it was all matched. I mean, I had the
was all
same
ma-
bass
okay.
drum pedal,
Gotcha,
so I
gotcha.
just duplicated everything, so I didn't
What
have
do you-
to unhook.
What do you use for a bass drum pedal?
I've been using a DW 5000 for
Mm-hmm.
about 25 years.
Man, people love that pedal.
So I don't know any different, although lately I've been thinking, like, I wonder if I should upgrade. Like, am I doing myself a disservice? Because they have a 9000.
Mhm.
It's the number's higher. It must be better, right? And then I was looking at Iron Cobras because I play Tamas a lot, and
Mhm.
people rave about Iron Cobras, but I think people just like what they've used. And
Yeah.
you kind of get used to it. The only pedal I've ever heard anybody say is like a game changer was those, I think it's called like Apex.
I don't know that one.
It's like, it really looks different than others, and they're really expensive.
Mhm.
But I mean, I love the DW gets it done, and it's stood the test of time, really. I mean, I've
Yeah.
played so many gigs, and I pound the shit out of it. So,
Yeah.
you
Do
know,
you ever-
I don't know.
Have you ever used a Speed King?
No.
That's what I use. Ludwig Speed King. I've used it since I was in I think I got my first one in college. I might
Wow.
still be using my first one, or maybe I may have gotten a second one because it's from the '60s.
Yeah.
I fucking love
yeah.
it because it's
Are
direct
those
drive.
leather strap? Are they leather strap?
No. It's just two pieces of metal, direct drive. So there's no spring. There's nothing like that. It's your foot is directly connected to the beater.
Interesting.
So I always found with like the DW, because a studio I used to play in New York, there's DW, and I always found like I had to be slightly ahead of the beat on my, like when at least when you first start moving your foot.
Right.
With the Speed King, it's like it's so instant because it's connected to your foot. Like like your toe is on the fucking drive that plays the beater. Anyway, I love it. I recommend it. But I mean, a lot of people, obviously that DW one is probably the standard at this point. But I love that, and I also love for usual play. I just use the Speed King beater actually. But the Vic Firth, have you ever used? Let me see what it's called. Bass beater. It's the VKB5. It's the wood shaft that it almost looks like a marching band bass drum mallet. It's
interesting.
It's amazing, but it will destroy the head. I destroyed a head in about an hour and a half. So,
oh wow, really?
Yeah. So you probably have to have a certain head, like a black dot or something. I don't know, but anyway,
Interesting. Oh, because it's like a mallet. I had a wood mallet for a while on my DW.
Did
and
you?
You're right. It would bust through.
Yeah, this was
After
like
a little while. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
little too much power. If you have a really powerful foot, it's not the best.
yeah. That's exactly what this is because the felt on it, it's really like a marching mallet.
Super dense. Yeah,
dude, it's so dense. I didn't break through, thankfully, but I felt the head and I was like, "Oh, these are proper dents." I'm gonna,
yeah.
I'm just
I
gonna
put
remember
one of those,
how fun this was and switch.
I put one of those like Teflon stickers on the beater. So like Remo makes them. They're just like a patch.
Really
Kinda
on the
thing
beater
you put-
itself.
or no, on the
Oh,
head,
on the head,
where
right
the
on the
beater
beaters.
where the beater
Yeah.
strikes. Yeah.
I didn't know they had Teflon
Yeah.
ones. I don't even know what material mine is. I have something there, but I could not tell you.
I've been using those for a long time, so I don't break the head. And I've noticed that one thing that's changed is like I would play the V drums a lot ish, but it was never quite as satisfying as playing a full set for whatever reason. And now that I'm playing like an hour a day, which is unheard of.
Oh yeah.
And like just sweating like there's no air in this room, by the way. It's just like a closed box of drywall. So it gets hot and it's the best. Like I come out of here drenched every day.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that, and that's been going on since I built this room pretty much. So my playing has really gone up. Like I feel like as good as I did in my best playing days. But what I've noticed is as I get more, as everything's working like I like it to, I play harder and louder. And I realized I need to pull the drum set out of here and I didn't have a proper drum carpet. It's just like a regular carpet in here. So I'm going to put a drum carpet underneath because I'm getting some slide now. The whole carpet is like shifting because I'm playing so hard because my foot's in shape. Like my leg is in shape and I'm just cranking it. And the 90s music is so loud and so heavy because I'm playing all 90s covers now. So like quarter note bass drum hits as hard as you can.
Yeah,
like, we're playing, what's the one that really gets it going? Rear View Mirror, State of Love and Trust, those two Pearl Jam songs that like have like quarter note heavy. Tool makes me just want to play louder and harder. Speaking of which, have you been to a Guitar Center or something lately?
It's probably been about a year.
Well,
or at least, yeah. I usually, when I go, it's usually to get sticks if I can't find the ones I want online.
Yeah, so my son has this thing that he has to go to once a week, and it's kind of near a Guitar Center. So I was like, I'm just going to go in there and look around. First of all, so disappointing. Like music stores are so disappointing now to me. Like, and I'm at the point. I was just telling my buddy, it's like I'm in a position now where like if I wanted to buy something in there, probably I could. You know what I mean? Like But when I was a kid and would go to those stores, it was just like, oh my God, I wish I had 2 pennies to rub together to buy something, you know? Whereas now, like I go in there and I'm like, I don't want any of this shit. Like there's nothing that I want. They just don't. And speaking of bass drum pedals, I went in the other day to like test them and they didn't have any out of the boxes.
Really?
Like I remember back in the day, the local music store I had this like, maybe they built it themselves or something, but it was like this rack that had like a piece of rubber and they had like 10 bass drum pedals attached to it. So you could like literally test them all and like line them up
I remember
head
that.
to head.
Yeah.
So they didn't have any of that. I was like, I want to look at bass drum pedals. And the guy's like, yeah, we have all those like in the boxes. And I'm like, well, that doesn't help me. Like, you know, it's just so lazy.
So many of the cymbals too are like trees, so you can't you can't get the sound of them either.
No, I've gone to like I basically just get I'm like sponsored by Sweetwater, so I just order from Sweetwater, and if I don't like it, I send it back.
Yeah,
like,
man, you're sponsored by them. That's amazing.
Yeah, I got hooked up with them from a buddy of mine who like won this competition, and they were sponsoring the competition, and then he got this endorsement deal and he hooked me up with his rep. So
that's great.
I was doing like podcasting stuff with them and then music stuff with them, and it just kind of carried over. So like I'm like all on board. They've been awesome. They've been really awesome.
They do like vintage stuff too, don't they? I thought they had a section on their website of vintage stuff. I just
used stuff?
Yeah. I just thought of this. I remember when I was a teenager, like the holy grail of crash cymbals was this Jack DeJohnette. Do you remember that? It was like super dry Zildjian.
Ooh.
And everyone wanted it. And I remember they had it. It was either No, it wasn't. We didn't have Guitar Center.
Sam
in
Ash.
DC at the time. No. It was like they were sort of mom and pop places. I
Interesting.
cannot remember what it was, but they had the Jack DeJohnette there. But it was like $450 for a crash cymbal.
Cymbals are
And we're
expensive.
kids. Yeah,
Cymbals are expensive now.
I know, man. What is the Zildjian? Not just hand hammer, but the real premium line called now. I can't remember what they call it.
They have the A customs. They have the K.
No, they have
K
another
line.
They have another one where there's no print on them. Let me see.
I haven't seen that one. I know they just reissued the Z's. The Z line just came out again. They kind of fumbled that the last time.
Yeah, I remember that. I actually never had any of those. Let me see. The top Zildjians, they're insanely expensive, but especially the rides sound insane. Let's see. All mine are it was before they called them A's and they were just called Avitas.
Yeah.
And these sound more in that. Oh, they're the Constantinoples.
Oh, right. Yeah, I haven't messed with them. I've been doing K's, pretty much K for the last 15 or 20 years. I really like the Zildjian K's. And I got these K Dark Crashes.
Those are beautiful.
For in here, but live, I don't like them.
Do you use A's live, or what do you do?
Live, I have the K Fast Crashes because they're bright enough to cut through, but they don't linger.
Yeah.
And so I just recently made that switch, and that's been really cool. I really like that. I have an amazing. I just got a new ride cymbal, which I absolutely love, and it takes me a long time. Like I've had my ride cymbals I've had since I was in my early 20s.
Yeah.
But I realized, I had an A, like the Avitas, regular Avitas, but it was a 22. Yeah, it's 22 inch, or is it 24? It's huge. I had this huge ride cymbal. I think it was a 24 actually. And live, it just was too much because, it's made. I got it because William Goldsmith plays it and Taylor Hawkins played it, and but they're playing in stadiums,
right.
I'm playing in
small
bars.
rooms. It shimmers like a gong.
It's that covers up all the sounds of everything because I'll wash the side of it, and to me it sounds amazing. But when you see the recording of the band, you're just like, oh, that's way too much. So I got a much heavier 21 inch that has really good definition, good bell, and you can wash it a little bit, but it doesn't overpower anything.
Yeah.
And then the crashes are all those fast crashes. So, and I like odd numbers. I like 15, 17, 19, 21. So I don't know why it gives it a little bit.
Yeah.
Just sounds,
it'll sound a little different. Right.
A little bit different. So I go
do that
15,
with my hi-hats
17,
or
19.
13s.
I love 13s.
13
Same.
new beats.
Yeah. I have 13-inch new beats and I have 13-inch KZs.
Oh yeah.
Which
Does the
which I
KZ
really
have
like.
the holes in the bottom? Is that the one?
It has ridges.
Oh, ridges.
It's like waffly ridge on the bottom. So,
wow.
And these are hybrid. This one is a custom hybrid. So here, I'll show you the.
Which one has the holes? Is that Quick Beats? Maybe that's Quick Beat.
I think that might be Quick Beat. But you see, it's hammered end has this. So I love these things. But the KZs are better for live. These ones are really articulate. These ones are really articulate for recording, and get all the stick definition, but they're not as loud. So playing heavier stuff, you don't get as nice of a wash on a semi-open hi-hat as with the Z's. So, but man, it's been so fun playing this much. Like I can't even tell you. Like it's. I was getting really frustrated for a while because I wasn't. I realize now like I just wasn't playing enough. So like I'd get to rehearsal and my hands or feet didn't do what I wanted them to do. I'm like, what the fuck? I guess I'm just getting old. It's like, no, you just haven't practiced enough,
Right.
So that's been really fun. And the problem is getting gigs. Like, holy shit, is it hard to get a gig?
Yeah.
I mean, my band back in the day had a booking agent and a manager that did all that shit. So I knew it was hard, but I didn't know it was quite this hard. And I thought having like a 90s cover band would be easy to book. But the problem still remains that the people who book bands at places are idiots. That basically like, they're like, oh, I only work Tuesday from 10:30 a.m. till 10:45. So call me then.
Right. Right.
And if you miss them 1 week, you're screwed. And they book 2 months ahead of time. So it's just like, so now the band is all kind of rallying around like, hey, let's all put out feelers and all get on this so we can get gigs. And then you get a date and you got to text 4 people and find out if they can all make that gig. And we're all busy and doing shit. So it's like, oh, I'm out of town that week. It's like, fuck. All right. Well, now we're looking at maybe August or September to get a gig. So thank God I have this room because I can still play every day and keep it going. But I like the gigs, man. Plus, this isn't my show kit. This is like my permanent in-studio kit. And I love to get my show kit out because I have more cymbals and, the whole thing and my 2 bass drum or two floor toms. And it's just better. I just love it. I love the show kit, but
sounds so fun, man.
It is what it is. How much are you getting to play?
I go in waves between drums and guitar.
Okay.
So I think I told you, I don't remember if I showed you a picture, but my kit is in my living room here. I moved to LA 11 years ago. I was in Cases in my old place for 9 years. So in New York, my friend and I, our band, we had a studio space.
Nice.
So it was always set up. I could go there and play 24/7 if I wanted. But here, I was in an apartment. We moved into a house 2.5 years ago, and it's a 3-bedroom house, but 2 of the bedrooms are more like office size. And at first we were like, I just put the drum set in one of them. They're semi soundproof. They're soundproof if you were to yell, but not for drums. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then my girlfriend was like, "Well, the living room's weirdly like there's no utility to the room. It's an odd shape, and the way it's laid out." She's like, "Just put your drum set in there." And I was like, "This sounds like a trick." It's been in there for 2.5 years. So pretty much anytime she is gone, I play. I just
right on.
Yeah, she has tinnitus too, and I don't want to play when she's in the house because I play very loud too. Yeah. So yeah, pretty much anytime she's gone, which sometimes, if she's gone for a week, I'm playing 2 hours a day for a week. If she's gone for an hour, I might not play, but if she's gone for a couple hours, meeting a friend for dinner, I'll play for an hour to hour and a half, something like that.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. So I'm playing, more than I have in the past, 11, 12 years.
And what do you like to play? What do you do?
I usually just sort of warm up with rudiments, just a few rudiments, and then I'll just improvise around, whatever rudiment I was playing for a little while. Just slowly bringing the whole kit in, sometimes with the snare open. And then I'll eventually work that into something weird that, technical, but you don't want to listen to it.
Right.
And then, once I get tired of that, and at that point I'm probably sweating, then I'll put some headphones on and just like, okay, let me just play along to something some music that I like. I mean, I love playing Jimmy Chamberlain stuff, you know?
Yeah. Did you see the Beato interview?
I did. Oh, you know what? I haven't seen the whole thing, actually. Let me see. I've only seen excerpts. Thank you for reminding me.
It's unreal. It's really cool. It actually inspired me to consider, I haven't done it yet, but I've considered going back to the books a little bit and actually practicing rudiments, because I haven't done that since I was a kid. And even then I hated it. So, you know, it's because I've been in a band since I was 12, like playing gigs since I was 12. And when I would go to lessons, which I did, I mean, probably lifetime, I have 20 lessons under my belt. Like it really made me dislike it. It felt like math, and it felt like homework, and I hated it. So I would go, and like, by the time I started lessons, I think I might have been like 19 the first time I took a lesson. And I went to the guy and I was like, look, I'm already a drummer, but I feel like I should learn these things, and, you know, just show me what's going on. And he would show me some of the rudiments and show me some of the drills, and they would just sound like terrible. Like they'd be like, you know, my rudiments were terrible, quite frankly. And, or if he'd show me a pattern and I was reading it, I'd be like, what is this supposed to sound like? And like speed it up and show me what this should sound like. And I was like, oh yeah, I can play that. Why am I bothering with this? That was kind of like my stupid mentality to it. And in this Chamberlain interview, he was talking about rudiments, and it was the first time anyone got me to even think like, okay, I understand. I should probably do that. Because he was talking about how like even something as simple as paradiddles versus single stroke rolls, how like as he's gotten older, it's a cheat code. So like he was like showing how like I would like in Gish, for example, a lot of his stuff was single stroke rolls, which now he does as paradiddles or double strokes with one hand because he's like, it's just easier. It's like a cheat code.
Sounds the same.
And even has a little bit of a nuance. If you can really hear the difference between a single stroke roll and a paradiddle, they have a little bit of like, you know,
there's a little bit of phrasing different. A
little bit of phrasing. So I was like, ooh, Jimmy, you son of a bitch, you're going to make me do rudiments, aren't you?
Dude. So, I mean, paradiddle is one of the key ones too, because you get your paradiddles and doubles and triple paradiddles quick. I mean, you can work that around your whole kit. You know what I mean? And sound like a maniac.
So I think that because of that interview, I will probably add. I'm going to start small. I'm going to start when I sit down to play for that hour, I'm going to start with 5 minutes of rudiments and just see if I can handle it, you know? Just because I always hated it so much. So it's like this thing, like, I just want to play.
Dude, do it as your warm up. Just go through the you don't want to go through the first 13, but just start with the open to close roll, you know, double stroke. And I mean, you can start with a single too, if you want. And then, you know, paradiddle, flam tap, flam accent 1 and 2, lesson 25, maybe like double ratomacues. And then you're going to be, you can do anything. Once you're warm on those, playing them open, close, open. Dude, you can do anything you want. See, I come from a different background from you, because I was almost exclusively concert percussion. So orchestral. It wasn't, so I got my first drum kit in 8th grade, I believe. I just played on my own though. And I'm just sort of applying the rudimental techniques I know, you know, in jazz.
Right.
And then in high school, oh, good God, in high school, I was in like 3 or 4 orchestras, 2 bands, and percussion ensemble. You know, one of the bands was jazz. One's, you know, the school's like symphonic band, and then 2, you know, AAU orchestras, if you will. And and then the school's like pit orchestra, which I fucking hate. So anyway, that's the school I came from, where it's like you always do rudiments to warm up,
Right.
And then I was like in a lot of percussion ensembles and stuff. But I really only played a drum kit with ensembles for like a pit orchestra and a jazz band until I played in a couple rock bands in New York. Other than that, I just played on my own.
And your sight reading and all that too, yeah.
Some. I mean, I'm good at reading music for, I mean, pretty much any instrument, but drum charts do kind of. I can't read a drum chart like I can read for other instruments. I mean, if I'm reading a snare solo or a marimba or even, there are certain like solo percussion pieces that have multiple instruments. Yeah. I can read those just fine. But then some like jazz charts, are it's not as intuitive to me as the others for some reason. Where for drum set, I'm better at just listening and thinking while I listen. Just
I yanked out a chart last year for I think it was an Alice in Chains song that switches time signatures like 4 or 5 times, and I was like, I just can't. What the hell's going on here, right? So I pulled out a chart for the first time in a long time, and I was like, oh, okay, I get it, but I hate it.
Yeah, right.
Again, it's just like, ugh, all right,
probably better just listen.
But sometimes you gotta like go back to the basics, and it's just like switching my brain off of the feel a little bit. And I think that's what's kind of it's a bullshit excuse is exactly what it is. Like I was like, oh man, I'm all feel. I don't need that. I don't need the the chart and all that. But sometimes it's good to have it as a foundation. So Jimmy Chamberlain talked me into playing rudiments again, so I'm going to start that.
Good. Did he talk?
But man, it's such a good interview.
Did he talk about some of the time shifts that the Pumpkins will do? Where I can't remember if I heard him or Billy talking about this at one point, but a lot of songs. I'm trying to think of an example. Oh man, I get the heavy songs and melancholy mixed up, but like the titles, and I can't remember if it's like XYU or Ode to No One or whatever. But one has a lot of time shifts back and forth, and then one, and I think it was Billy who said they do this a lot, where a song will be in 4/4, but every fourth measure is I'm going to get the subdivisions mixed up, but basically like 7/16. Like basically they're taking 2 16th notes out.
Right.
So yeah. Or no, 4. So, or no, not 7/8. So it would be beyond 7, whatever. Maybe they're just taking 1 16th out.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Or go to 3/4.
15/16. They're in 15/16 or something like that. Yeah.
Again, that when the song starts becoming math, I lose. I'm just like, I don't know. My friend told me, so I played in this band for a couple years in Philly, and it was an original band. And, the guitar player would write the songs and we would just come together and write our parts together live or whatever. And he was like, man, you always end up getting to 3 somehow. And I was just like, okay, that's just how I hear it, So I I have this natural feel of playing in 3. And it's if I think about it too much, I lose it. I'm just like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just playing the song.
Yeah.
So like when Beato was talking about Cherub Rock, I guess that has weird timing in it, but I never thought of it as weird. It's just Cherub Rock. Like it's just is what it is. So that was kind of interesting. And then he went real deep on Jelly Belly. Played Jelly Belly, dude. Holy shit! Like I was like, oh my god, this dude is insane. It's drums is just the best. Like I realized that this is like, man, if I had just done this, like maybe no college, maybe no nothing, just literally dedicated everything to just playing the drums all the time. Like what a different life that would be. But also the best of the best that I admire, that's what they did.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's almost like not regret. I mean, my life is my life and it's fine. But at the same time, it's like, man, that was a path I didn't think was okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that seemed like a foolish pursuit,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And, in retrospect, if I would tell my kids the same thing, like, just go deep on what you love and keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Figure out how to make money doing it. That's the key.
As long as you're good at it.
Yeah. Obviously, right? But like, do you know who? What's his name? Damn it! Now the name's escaping me. Leland Sklar. Do you know who Leland Sklar is?
No.
Bass player. He's a bass player with a big beard. He played with Genesis and Phil Collins live all the time.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a big, like giant ZZ Topish type beard, bald dude. But he's played with everybody. He's like studio guy, live guy. He's played with everybody you could think of. Super nice guy. He ended up playing bass on my friend's record here in LA. And just because they hired him, the studio like brought him in. And he like walked into the studio. He was like, holy shit, I know who you are. Leland Sklar, you know? And so they got to know each other a little bit. And he was just like, how the hell are you on every record playing with all these people? He's just like, I just never stopped. I just kept doing it since I was a kid. This is all I did. And I just figured out how to make money doing it. It's like, yeah, I guess that's the move.
There's a way, man.
And I think our generation, my generation, you know, the idea was that artistic, especially from the East Coast, the artistic pursuits were a pipe dream. You better have a backup plan kind of thing. You know what I mean? I think that's different out here, which is kind of cool. I think people generally, the mindset is a little bit different as far as like you're surrounded by artists and by people taking a little bit of a different path. So it doesn't seem that crazy to pursue it. But like the blue collar East Coast is just like, you better get a job.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
100%.
Life's rough.
Yeah.
You better get a job. So,
and I will say, if classical is what you're pursuing, you better have a backup plan because those jobs do not open up. Because that's the path I was going down, and I was like, I was really good. And I was like, I don't know if I want to be. So at first, I wanted to switch to French horn. Actually, my freshman year of college, and I took lessons on horn for a year, and I could play like, you know, I played Mahler's First Symphony, but just to myself, which is one of my favorite horn parts. But my tone was trash, right? So I'm playing all the notes, but the tone is terrible.
Yeah.
And I talked to my friend who's he was an accomplished horn player, and he was like, "Man, I can't believe you're playing this." And I said, "Yeah, but I sound like a fucking 5-year-old." I said, "How long until I start to sound good?" And he goes, "Probably 5 years." And I was like, "Good God, I'm out."
Yeah.
I'm out. But then on the other stuff, I was like, timpani would have been my path because I was good at snare, but there were enough people who were better than me that there was no path there.
Yeah.
Timpani though, I thought I was like, I wanted to play in a major orchestra. At the time, it was Boston or Philly, where I wanted to go. And then you find out, like, you know, at the time, I think Vic Firth was still at Boston, and he was like 75 or something. Tom Gauger, I believe,
it's a lifetime appointment. Basically.
Yeah, right, exactly. Or no, Gauger was snare. He wasn't timpani. I can't remember who the timpanist was for Philly, but it's like they're all there for decades, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like one timpani job opens up in the entire world every year. Yeah. And this dude who went to the school next to mine ended up going to Curtis. So he's better than me.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right.
Got to be realistic.
This is just going to be my passion. And
that's crazy. That's really cool. I didn't realize you had such a schooled background in percussion. That's pretty dope.
Yeah. It was very schooled. Percussion, timpani was definitely my forte. It's weird. I think I'm better at snare than mallets, but I was usually the best mallet player. Mm-hmm. and like the second best snare or second or third snare. But I think that's just because other people didn't work on mallets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if you had a set of timpanis in the living room.
It's a fucking dream, dude. I want those with the side pedal. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. The ones that are like, because when you play at schools, they're not giving you those. It doesn't even, maybe Curtis and Eastman have the ones with the pedal on the side locking pedal. These like German ones.
Yeah.
You're not getting the sets of timpani we would use were probably like $40,000. And I
holy shit, wow.
think the ones I'm talking about are closer to like 100, 120.
Wow.
Yeah. Especially if you're going to get 5. So I go to LA Phil a lot, and for certain pieces, I'll try to sit. You can sit on the side, and I'll sit right behind the timpanist for certain pieces, just to see, because it's their timpanist is ridiculous. He's one of the best in the world.
That place is amazing. I've only been there once, and I think I really didn't appreciate. Like, I've always liked the idea of it, but I was never. I never went to one and saw it really live. At Hollywood Bowl, maybe, but like nothing too extravagant. And I had the chance to go to the LA Phil play, and they were featuring the organ, and they had this organist come in for the whole thing. But we got seats on the side, and I also never understood the conductor, like really I was like, I don't get it. I just never got exposed to it. So I didn't really understand the role. I knew he was up there making motions with his hands. I was like, I don't understand. Why do they need that guy? And then when I went to see it, and who's the LA Phil director that's leaving?
Dudamel, Gustavo Dudamel.
Yeah. So I'm like watching him, and from the side, and I was like, oh.
Yeah,
now I get it.
Yeah, without them, it's like a film with no director.
Plus, to me, I got so into it that it looked like he was playing a human instrument. Like, I was like, oh shit, like this, wow. Like, and I was just like blown away. I was like, oh, now I get it. That dude is playing this set of humans that have all these different sounds. And I was like, this is the coolest shit I've ever seen. Like, I'll never sit anywhere but the side. Like, I want to be able to see that vantage point, and that room is incredible. I mean, just incredible to like, we got there and we're sitting down, and they hadn't yet even come onto the stage. And like, I think one of the I think it was must have been the cellist came over and sat down first. And just came in and just sat down and was like putting their drink down or whatever, or just like getting set, like literally getting set. And I could hear everything they were doing. Like, not on the instrument, like literally everything they were doing. I was like, this room is unbelievable.
Do you know why the acoustics are so good, man?
I don't know.
It took me I go probably an average of 10 times a year.
Oh, that's awesome.
And one time I looked up and I realized why the acoustics are so good. Well, what has the best acoustics in the world? A violin, right? Or any stringed instrument.
Sure.
The inside of the concert hall is the shape of a violin. If you look, even the sides go in like that. You have this sort of bowing on the edges. Yeah. It's exactly a violin. That's crazy. It doesn't have dead spots. Any other concert hall, like old school concert halls that are sort of like boxes, they have dead spots.
Yeah.
Yeah. This thing is just like, I mean, like a flute playing quietly. Just cuts through to the top row. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's beautiful. What's funny about, like I said, I don't have the orchestral background and the classical background at all. I appreciate it, but it was never like a deep thing for me. And I've grown to like it as I've gotten older and appreciate it way more. But like, I couldn't when I hear a piece of classical music, to me is on in the background, and I like to have it, but I can't name it. I've kind of realized who I like versus others, but not deep. I don't have a deep knowledge of it. But we go to this party a couple years ago. It was like, I don't know, 8 years ago. It was like my buddy's 40th birthday or something. And just regular party, parents, kids running around, bullshit. And we got there, and he was like, we had little kids at the time. So we had baby shit, like a bag of like diapers and all that crap, right? A little playpen, just the baby crap that you have to have when you have kids. So we walk in, and the hostess, the woman who owned the house, was like, "Oh, just put it back in the back bedroom there, and so I go in, and they had little kids too. So they had a crib set up, and I go to put my stuff down, and in the crib is a violin case. And I was just like, huh, that's weird. Okay. I just kind of parked it and go back to the party. And like an hour into the party, they're like, hey, our friend Elizabeth is going to play violin for us, right? And I was like, oh, cool. So she comes out on the porch, pulls out her violin, and there was probably 25 or 30 people in the backyard. And she like gets the violin, chin up, sits down, takes a breath, starts playing. This is outside in a backyard. I was entranced. I was just like, what is happening right now? Like, I like violin and all, but this was like, I was like, it was like magic. Even the kids who were just like running around crazy sugar high were just like, everybody just listened, right? And then the joke was the guy who was turning 40, he's like, hey, can you play Devil Went Down to Georgia? Right? So she plays Devil Went Down to Georgia. And she's incredible, just an incredible player. But I didn't know who she was. So then she sits down, we're talking, shooting the shit. Said, oh man, that was amazing. You're so good, blah, blah, blah. She leaves. The only people left at the party are me and my wife and the people who live there. And I was just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, that violinist was incredible. And they're like, do you know who that is? I was like, no. It's just, her name's Elizabeth, right? It's Elizabeth Pitcairn. Do you know who Elizabeth Pitcairn is?
I don't think so. No.
So she has the red violin.
Oh, yes.
So she played the red violin. The red violin was in the crib. Her uncle, they made a movie about her uncle that bought the red violin for her. It's like $10 billion or something.
Oh my God.
I was like, holy fuck. Like, that instrument was magic. She's amazing. She's an incredible player. Like, in her hands, it was magic. But also, like, that Stradivarius violin was like otherworldly. Outside in a backyard, it sounded incredible. Yeah. And I was like, holy shit, I saw somebody play Devil Went Down to Georgia on the red violin. It's just like, good God, man. Yeah, dude. It was amazing, dude. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
Yeah, I'm like, they made a movie about that violin. Like, dude, that's how crazy. Because I think he bought it for her when she's old school English wealth. Like, came over from, like, they have castles and shit. Like, she's old money. But, like, that instrument itself is like a masterpiece, a one of its kind masterpiece.
I highly recommend going to see LA Phil when there's a soloist and sitting center as close as you can get to the front. And it will blow your mind. So I've always tried to sit like back of the orchestra center for a piano concerto so I can see all the keys, right?
Yeah.
Violin, same thing. And 3 weeks ago, something like that, they were playing Mozart's 24th piano concerto, which is my favorite. And they played that due to a program change. So it was booked just like a few weeks out. Basically, there was this guest conductor, and she had a relationship with this pianist because he played something from her other orchestra in Amsterdam. So she's like, oh, if you're touring this right now, play this with me in
Come
LA
play.
because
Yeah.
we just lost our soloist. And I don't know how this, I think it's just because the seats in the front row are very rich and they don't care about making their money back sometimes.
Yeah.
But sometimes though, you look at tickets on StubHub and, the front row is normally about $275, $265,
Right.
something like that. Sometimes on StubHub, they're like $2,000, $3,000 for up close, which obviously can't do that, not doing that.
Yeah.
But this one time, center front row, I think it was $70 or something like that.
Whoa.
It must have just been someone who was like, I don't need this money. Let's just let someone do this.
Yeah.
Until I walked in, I thought maybe it was a scam. And
Yeah,
I got to
yeah.
sit front center for this concerto, which is one of my favorites. From my vantage point, I was looking right at his hands and the natural notes. This concerto's in C, so I could see everything he did. And
Wow.
dude, seeing that level of musicianship up close was,
That's amazing.
It was mind blowing. There's Tchaikovsky has his violin concerto is another one that's just like, not many people in the world can play it.
Yeah.
It can play it properly. Next time that's played in LA, I'm going front row.
That's amazing. It's pretty crazy when you think about it, like how old those things are, those symphonies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was the only time anybody could see it, was when it was played live. And those people who had the mind to create those symphonies may or may not have had the ability to play those instruments, but they knew how to write the parts together and chart them that way and put it together in like they didn't have a computer to mock it up and see what it actually sounded like until they brought people to play it. Like so fascinating to like think about that.
That level of genius of knowing the textures that you're painting. And
it's insane.
Yeah.
It's a whole different mind,
And the stories of Mozart, who is my favorite composer, it's there's not really any exaggeration in Amadeus about his composition.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything came out the way it was.
It's so weird. Did you ever see when Stuart Copeland talk about orchestras? Did you ever hear him talk about his orchestra experience? So he started writing, soundtracks and stuff like that, where he would get orchestras to play the music, right? Mm-hmm. And he was saying that like his first one that he ever did when he was getting ready to make the soundtrack and he had the orchestra come, he said he just figured you do it like rock music, which is, you explain to them what you're looking for. Like, hey, on this part, I want you to get here. And on this part, I want you to bring it down really. And he was like, so I'm up there gesticulating and telling them all this stuff. And they're just kind of looking at me like, uh-huh. And he's like, and then I realized you could write it down and they play it exactly like you want. So like it got way easier because then they could just come in, here's the chart, they play it, it sounds exactly like you want. So it was like learning the language that you need to tell them the language. He's like, it saves so much time. Like in his way. He's like so much easier. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's pretty fascinating. I'll have to get back down there because I was absolutely enthralled by that.
Let me know too. Like anytime you want to go, if you're like, would this be a good show to check out? That show, etc. I'm happy to advise you. I'm always looking at the calendar and their schedule's out for next season already.
Do you go? Do you have like season tickets or do you just get them one at a time?
So I was a subscriber with this. They call it the Choose Your Own package.
Yeah.
For many years. The past 2 years, I did not do it. 2 years ago, it's because I had I had hiatus, and I was like, I don't want to put that much money out on tickets right now when I don't know. And then this past year, I was like, I kind of liked on the hiatus where I could just buy the tickets last minute. Sometimes you pay a little more because when you're a subscriber, it's 10% off and there are no fees. but you can really just make the call last minute. So,
well, I'd love to go. Let me know.
Yeah.
Like if you find one that you're like, I really want to go, we could go at the same, like that'd be awesome. I'd love it because I
Right.
would get more from it when you could tell me what's going on. Cause I'm just kind of observing.
Who are your, you said you sort of know some of the composers you really like.
I think I really
who do you
like
lean
Mendelssohn. I think I really like Mendelssohn. Yeah.
Mendelssohn's got some beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I thought you were going to go with Shostakovich or somebody like that, being a percussionist, or Prokofiev, who are...
I don't know what I'm missing. Maybe they would be.
Right. If you like heavy stuff, listen to the fourth movement of Shostakovich's Fifth Symphony. I consider that the birth of heavy metal.
How do you spell the composer?
Shostakovich, is Dimitri's first name, but Shostakovich, and play it loud.
Fourth movement of Fifth Symphony.
Yeah.
All right, I'll check it out. Yeah, I'm kind of like so my car Bluetooth is kind of wonky. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So when it doesn't work, I have the USC classical station programmed on the radio, so I just hit that. But I don't usually know what's happening. Like I said, it's just on in the background, and then the guy comes on. You were just listening to the Tchaikovskys, like that calming voice. I'm like, cool, played by whatever.
Can I give you one more recommendation?
Yeah.
Mahler's First Symphony. It's called the Titan. Okay, let me give you a little Mahler background. He's someone who said every symphony has to be about everything. There's joy, there's despair, there's creation, destruction, etc. And you hear that in every piece of his. The First Symphony, the Titan, is you can sort of think of it as about a rebirth, like a regeneration after in the wake of destruction.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, one thing to know about him in listening to it is he sort of played with performance styles. So you're going to hear this trumpet fanfare. It starts in the first movement, and it's going to sound really weird. Why? Because it's written to be performed down the hall.
That's amazing.
And it gets closer throughout the symphony. And then in the fourth movement, okay, it's this swell, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it starts with the French horns. They lift their bells. So normally the horn bell is down by your waist and pointed away from the crowd.
Right.
They lift the bells once. They lift and then turn toward the crowd.
Yeah.
And then in this final swell, brass comes out into the audience. There's an extra brass section that will fill the fucking theater if done properly.
Right.
Or I don't even know if that's properly, but that's how Dudamel did it before COVID, and that's how other orchestras did it before then.
Yeah.
And the whole brass section stands, so nothing is muted by the back of people's heads and stands, and then you're surrounded by it, and it's just this like overwhelming just sound of triumph. It's really incredible.
Wow, that sounds cool.
Yeah, I think you like as a percussionist, it has crazy cool percussion too.
Yeah. Oh, I'll check that out for sure. I saw John Williams Orchestra play here at the Thousand Oaks Civic Arts Plaza, which is pretty good room. It's not like the Disney Hall, but they did a kind of a greatest hits selections from a bunch of different movies. So they did like Jaws, Harry Potter, Close Encounters, I think was also. Oh, so man. they did like a greatest hits, like hour and a half presentation. And it was so cool. Like the Harry Potter was cool, but I think my favorite was watching Jaws performed live because,
oh man,
it was frightening. it was so like, because that is like the soundtrack of Fear of the Ocean, right?
Mhm.
And to just see it or hear it being done live
Mhm.
was just, I was just awestruck. I was just like, holy shit, man,
That's
what a powerful
awesome.
piece, you know, like,
You know,
Amazing.
here's something you can learn too, if you get into more classical music, is that the Jaws theme, that is just a variation from Dvorak's Ninth Symphony.
mm,
Same key and everything. The dun, dun, that's straight out of Dvorak's Ninth Symphony. Leia's theme is from the Tchaikovsky violin concerto.
Star Wars was the other one they played, obviously. Star
Yeah,
Wars.
and so on and so forth. Like, you especially you go through John Williams stuff, you'll hear like, Darth Vader. That's Mars, Gustav Holst's Mars.
Is it like sampling, but with classical music?
It's the equivalent. Like,
Yeah.
to him, it's a hat tip. It happens. I mean, in Mahler's First Symphony, he has this. You know, there's a tip to the Hallelujah chorus by Handel. There's a or Handel. I don't remember. Some people say it the German way. Some people the English, because I think he lived in England. But yeah. Anyway, the and he shall reign forever and ever. That part of the Messiah.
Yeah.
That's this lead melody, but played by the brass section. That it's teased for 45 minutes in just like little snippets, like little motifs that will plant like 2 or 3 notes of it, and it's sort of like waves that are crashing into each other, and you can't figure out exactly where it's going. And then when it finally comes to a head in the 4th movement, and it's that refrain of the and he shall reign forever and ever, with just surrounded by brass playing that, it's incredible. But yeah, anyway, but John Williams is, he tips his hat to all these people, but he gets his melodies oftentimes from the greats.
That's cool. Yeah, it was Boston Symphony that played it that I saw. It was Boston Symphony.
Really?
Playing
Boston
John
Symphony?
Williams. Yeah, I think so.
In Thousand Oaks?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
Yeah, they came out and did that John Williams tribute thing.
There's a comic in LA whose mother plays in the Boston Symphony.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They were badass. It was really cool.
It's mind blowing. When she told me that, I was like, all right, I want to meet your mom.
And then we saw the other thing that we saw recently that was cool was a live. It wasn't a symphony. It was like a combo. I don't know what you would call it. There was parts of a symphony, parts of a rock band, like just a big ensemble playing the Spider-Man, the amazing, the what was it? The Spider-Man, the one that came out that was like graffiti art.
Oh, the Spider-Verse? No,
Spider-Verse. Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Into the Spider-Verse live. So you watch the movie on the screen, but the band is playing all the music live.
Hell yeah.
In the room. It was dope. It was really cool.
Dude, they're doing the original Star Wars trilogy at the Hollywood Bowl this summer.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
With L.A. Phil.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I love the Hollywood Bowl. That's just a cool spot. So that's a 1 hour intro to my guest, Ryan Connor's musical background. So tell me about your comedy special, man. I watched this. Amazing. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Man, we did just talk about music for that long, didn't we? Yeah.
What's going on with that?
Yeah. So shot it. Had my best friend and his wife produced and directed it. And then the rest of the crew was his twin brother's production company.
Okay.
We did it at the DC Improv. It was shot 2.5 years ago now.
Is it really?
It was shot 2.5 years ago. And it was just sort of a long process of acquisitions where it was sold to someone who sold it to someone who then sold it to someone.
And now it's on Prime, right?
Yeah, it's on Prime now.
Yeah. And so, I know after, having seen you for many years, seeing your stand up, there was definitely parts of it that were jokes that I'd seen before. So it felt like a greatest hits, like you finally got to get them out there. Was it good to how do you feel
you.
about like now that they're out there?
Great.
2.5 years ago, you're working on new material since then, I'd imagine. So how's it been going?
Great. Yeah, I mean, I definitely have a new hour and a half since then.
Nice.
Which I would love to just record and put out there, but I just don't want to deal with the process of getting it recorded.
Yeah, it was tough, huh?
It's so stressful, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a lot of moving parts, and there's the personal investment part, which because I like doing all that myself, so that I own it and
Right.
have but yeah. I mean, I was glad to get most of it out there. Some of the stuff was like pretty new, so it was always a bummer to record new stuff because you're like, oh man, I'm gonna feel like a dirtbag performing this more. But who cares? It's not like everyone's seen it. So
Exactly.
some of the stuff I still do, if it fits my set.
Yeah.
But, did you remember the Seinfeld documentary Comedian?
Yeah.
So if you listen to the DVD, the director's commentary, it's him and Colin Quinn. And Colin says, you got something if you're killing, but you're miserable.
Yeah.
So some of the bits I did on there, I was like, yeah, I'm killing, but I just don't want to do them. So it's always nice to get those out of the system. Get them
out of there. Yeah. It was really good. It was beautifully shot, by the way. So that was nice. Really cool to like see. And I think I noticed so I'd love to hear more about like the audio, what you thought, like how much thought went into the placement of the audio, the audience, the how that went, because specials, especially in the last couple years, are kind of all over the place, audio wise. I've noticed, in terms of how much room versus close mic, how much audience is there. And I liked the way that your mix was done, because it settles you into the special very nicely.
Well, I'll tell you, it kind of came about in a sort of a roundabout way. So my old album, Live from DC or Live from an Old Prison, my buddy Joel shot that. Why did it just did a thumbs up?
I don't know. It loved your old special. It happens randomly. Sometimes it's balloons. I have no idea. In
Zoom, if you do a double, it does fireworks. So yeah, my first one, this dude Joel, he ran XM Comedy, and he did Gaffigan and Gabriel Iglesias and Lewis Black and all these people and Birbiglia specials.
Yeah,
and I just known him since I started. So he did my first one for $1,000.
Wow,
and it's amazing the way he mics is he basically does a DTS setup where you got front right, front left, center right, center left, back right, back left, plus the comics mic. And he might have mics that like condensers that point out to the crowd, but I can't remember. But his thinking there is he wants the viewer to be placed in the center of the crowd.
Right.
So if you have that mix and you nail it down right, it puts them at the middle of the show.
Right.
I love that mix. And then my buddy Jeremy, who runs the label I'm on now, he said everyone's doing dry mixes now.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's going super dry. I'm like, I really don't like the dry ones. Like,
right.
I think of like Chris Rock's Bigger and Blacker, one of the best specials ever.
Mm-hmm.
You can't hear the crowd.
Right.
So the way we shot this, or the way that we recorded this, was actually, I wouldn't even say dry, but the audience, it didn't feel like there was any. You couldn't feel where the space was in the audience. They felt like a wave.
Right.
So then when it was being acquired by, he's the guy who did. He used to run Comedy Central.
Okay.
Or he ran Comedy Central stand up, and he's the guy who did Hedberg's specials. Like he's put Hedberg and Todd Berry and Attell on the map. So when he wanted to work with me, I'm like, anything you want, man.
Yeah. Of course.
And he said the only thing is, he's like, I want more. I want the audience to feel more like you're in it.
Yeah.
So it's funny. Like the trend was dry, but he's like, yeah, that's the trend, but I don't think I want this. So he sent us to the person who basically would fix crowd things for all the Comedy Central specials.
Nice.
And we just sent him the crowd stuff, and he just sort of did his architecture on it.
Yeah.
And I love the way it sounds.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So thank you for saying that. Yeah. But anyway, I know that's a long answer, but I know you're into the audio and stuff like that. So
yeah, no, it's really interesting because I think not enough comics, and it's no fault of their own. Like, why would they? Like, if you have a musician's background, a recording background, and understand microphones and how sound reproduction works, there's something to it. There's something to the visceral feeling of it, especially with records when you're just listening, but also on specials because you're sitting in your living room or whatever, watching, and, various speakers, all that kind of thing. And there's a subconscious element if it's not right. Like when you're there watching a live comedy show, it doesn't sound dry. You have other people around you, which makes you engaged in it. Their laughter, their reaction is what engages your other parts of your senses beyond what you're seeing. And I really, really loved it. I key in on that, and it bothers me if it's bad. Right. So like,
same
it's like,
here, man.
So like, if it's bad, I'm like, I can't even finish this special because I don't like the way it sounds.
That's what, like, this show that we went with, I was like, man, this was like one of the best sets of my life. Just destroyed. And then I hear the first mix, and I'm like, man, they made it sound like I had a mediocre set.
Yeah.
What's happening here? And then they're like, we got to remix this.
And that's like home for you. So that was really cool that you got to like do that there. And, I think the material was good. The special was good. The way it was shot, the way it sounded, it was just congratulations, man. It was really cool.
Oh, thank you so much.
Do you get, what do you get from Prime on that? Or are they giving, like, what's the feedback? Like what's going on?
I mean, I've definitely had good feedback with just random people, you know, mentioning me and stuff like that. That's all I know. I have no idea what the money deal is.
I don't mean I don't mean money. I mean like.
I mean, I know you didn't know. I know you didn't mean actual dollars, but like I don't even know how the percentage stuff, like royalties, work on stuff like this. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, like, if it's like a 1-year license to Prime. I don't know any of this stuff, man.
But is it then like, are they incentivized to say, hey, we're going to do your next special? Like, or like if you're working on your next one, are you like ready to go and you think you liked working with
I could
Prime?
do it any time. Just give me 3-4 weeks on the weekend and on the road, and I'd be ready. That's a good question. I should actually ask the producer who bought it.
Because it's in a world of so much happening, so many outlets. I mean, it was one thing when streaming started. It's like you had one place, Netflix, and that was it. Now it's like Peacock, Prime, Paramount, all of these guys trying to compete. I actually hate it. It's probably going to consolidate again, I would imagine. But mostly because you can't find anything. Like if you search on Apple TV, for example, it doesn't give you results from Netflix. You have to go into Netflix to search.
Right.
So if they fix the search, it'd be okay. But like tactically, it's really annoying as a consumer. If I want to find things, I have to go search each of the apps kind of individually, unless it's in the Apple Music or in the Apple world. So like as a comic, trying to fight your way into people's consciousness and get eyes on your material, it's a weird world in that regard, and I think it's like, how do you get eyes on your shit? Like there's does the algorithm suggest you on the homepage? I don't know. How do you get it to
I've
do
had
that?
I've had people I know who did not know it was on Prime send me a screenshot showing that Amazon recommended it. I'm assuming these people must watch a lot of stand up. If you don't watch a lot of stand up, I don't know.
Yeah, isn't that
I don't
strange?
know. Actually, yeah, one of Rachel's friends too sent me a screenshot that was like recommended to them on Amazon.
And it's temporal, right? So like you might be on the rotation in a week, but then the next week it's something else. So they have to keep keep engagement. It's really annoying, quite frankly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fascinating. I think there was one thing that really stood out to me about your special was how good it is in a world of specials for the last, basically everything that came out after COVID. Almost everything that came out of COVID, I felt was rushed.
Yeah.
Especially for people who wasn't their first special. So everybody took, give or take, a year off, right? And then I know I basically had to throw away all my material. I didn't think it was relevant anymore. I didn't want to do it anymore after COVID. But then you're obligated to get a special out. So you do it. And you know it takes a long time to develop good material that you're proud of. And so I really loved yours because coming out when it did, post-COVID, it was just really solid, man. So congratulations, and I can't wait to hear the new one. You know,
thank you, man. Yeah,
right.
it's a lot of stuff. Yeah, I've been workshopping this hour. I mean, I guess for a while now, but yeah, it's probably pushing 2 hours of material. And then,
Are you roading? Are you on the road a lot now? Or are you doing mostly LA stuff?
I kind of do in waves, you know. It's like sometimes I'll, have 2-3 weekends in a row, and then I'm home for a couple months, and then it's, 1 weekend this month, 1 weekend that month, stuff like that.
Do you get the time, or are you doing chunks? 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there. Are you able to
doing an hour each time.
You are.
Yeah.
That's good. Mm-hmm. That's really good. Yeah. What about in terms of like planning for, I'll for the audience that's listening, when you put together your next hour and you said you have way more probably than to fill an hour, how are you deciding if you're thinking this way of what really am I going to do in the next hour, and what gets, like when you recorded your special, did you just do the hour or did you chop? Did you have stuff that got cut?
Some stuff did get cut. But the way I really figured it out, I was like, all right, first let's just make a list of the jokes or chunks that are done, that they're I could stand by them on video. For this last one, I made that list, and it was maybe an hour and a half or something like that. And I'm like, okay, well, what fits thematically?
Right.
And then that's the next cut, just because I just don't like it when it's disjointed.
Yeah.
Like there are ways, if I'm doing a set in town, I don't give a shit if it's disjointed.
Yeah. You're just trying
15 minutes,
sets,
doesn't matter.
Trying bits. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But when you do a special, I think you want it to feel like, there's some sort of point of view, whether it's being explicitly put out there, or if it's even, or if you're just, Mark Twaining and you're just telling a story and people can take from it what they will.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the next thing is, does it fit? And if it doesn't fit, it's gone. And so, I ended up starting with a base of material from that, things that I liked but didn't fit.
Interesting.
Like for the post special material, that is. Yeah.
Did you shoot one show or multiple and edit together?
I shot 2, but it's all from one show except for one joke that I forgot to do in that show, and I cannot remember which joke it was, but there was one that I came away from and I looked and I was like, God damn it. And I was like, and like this is like after the I think it was the early show on Saturday was the one where I was like, oh, I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
And then I looked at my set list. I was like, I forgot to do this.
Yeah.
And we looked at, what was the stage setup, where I would put this joke in just to make sure I'm standing in the right part of the stage, so there's no jump cut to throw it where I want to put it, and we were able to pretty seamlessly do it. I remember when Quincy was editing, I remember he had to do a little bit of magic, but I didn't make it too hard on him.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you see Danny Jollis' special?
I didn't, but I love Danny.
Danny has a special. I think it's called In 6 Parts. And it's really cool because there was no attempt to make it like it was one show. He actually shot 6 different locations doing those Don't Tell comedy shows. And so it's an hour special, but each chunk is a different show. And it's it still flows together because it's the same set, but it's the same set in 6 different locations. It's really awesome. Like it's
That's
really,
smart.
really, it was really smart because what he said was putting it together. He only had to get one joke right in each location.
Right. I was going to say, it sounds like a technical nightmare matching.
So he didn't have to match. So he was just like, I know that if I get the joke right on the first night, I never have to worry about getting that one in the can the other 5 shows.
Great.
So it was like a checkoff box. Like, okay, by the 6th night they recorded, he had everything and everything else was a bonus, So it was a really unique way to put it together. And then he did another really special. Smart. He's so brilliant. Yeah, great comic, but also like the way he thinks about using technology is really cool. He did a Choose Your Own Adventure special also on YouTube.
I heard him say this. I didn't understand what the hell he meant though.
Yeah, so you get, how YouTube has the links?
Yeah.
So he would get through a joke and the setup was kind of like, you know what I really hate? And then you'd play that out or you could choose, you know what I really love about this? And so he played both sides. It's awesome. It's Jesus, really awesome. Danny. Yeah.
Oh my God. He's giving himself so much extra work.
Yeah.
It's so funny though.
Oh
man.
He's also the only guy I noticed during COVID that actually made Zoom shows fun. Like he did this thing where he recorded a video background of his apartment with him coming into the room and arguing with him. So like he's doing his bit.
Funny.
He's doing his bit, and the whole time it's just a static background of his apartment, so you don't think anything of it. And then all of a sudden,
oh my God,
he comes in from I was like, fucking Danny.
The timing of that.
Yeah. It was really cool. He's
brilliant.
He's great.
Oh man, that's so funny.
Yeah.
How the hell do you time that?
I don't know. He's other level when it comes to that kind of stuff. I really hope more people get to know him because he's really good.
That is brilliant. Oh my God.
Yeah. So
wow.
But so more on your special. I wanted to see what when you recorded the special, did the crowd? Obviously, the crowd knows there's a special happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they see the cameras and all that kind of stuff. Did that play into it at all? Do you think, or was that like your room?
I'll tell you what happened. What turned the crowd from like probably an 8.5 to a 10 was, I don't know who did this, but someone sat a bachelor party up front. Or bachelorette party.
Yeah.
And they are talking during the 2 openers. And we're just in the back like, what the hell is going on? I mean, they'll definitely shut up when I'm up there, right? So then the MC, says, we're taping a special tonight. Please do not speak. Do not do anything,
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's going to settle it. They were just being maniacs in the beginning.
They just get worse. They keep drinking.
And they're just, they're talking. They're talking. They in the beginning they didn't, but then like a couple start talking. They're talking to each other. No one's saying anything to me.
Right.
But they're being disruptive.
Yeah.
And I don't want to stop in the middle of a joke and then I have to do the joke again.
Yeah.
So I wait till I finish a joke, and I like politely ask them to stop. And I said, okay. I do one more joke. They start talking again, and I said, you know, I really need you to stop talking. This is a big deal. I spent a lot of money to shoot this. People got babysitters. People bought tickets. People are buying minimum of 2 items here.
Yeah.
And you're messing this up for everybody. And then they said something rude to me. I forgot what it was. And I said, have you ever been kicked out of a comedy show? And they're like, no. And I go, well, it's your lucky night. And and then they got bounced. Oh, it was a bachelorette party. So I said something really funny about that. It was mean. And I don't really do mean, but it felt warranted in the crowd. Like, oh man, I wish I could remember what it was. But then they got booted, and they thought the crowd would turn on me for that. But that is not what happened. The crowd was very with me and cheering me, booting them. And from that point on, which is about 5 minutes into the show, it was just eating out of my hand.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Good for you, brother.
And I wanted to keep that, by the way. It happened, and I was like, oh, we're keeping that in the special. Talked to Quincy after directed, and I said, we're keeping that, right? He's like, absolutely. Once he watches it back, he was like, can't keep it. 2 reasons. He's like, 1, they aren't mic'd, so you can't tell how
nobody can
belligerent they were being. 2, they were like, we're using audience reaction shots from a different show, so we can't kick out that table. And then we're cutting to people sitting at that table.
Right. Yeah. Oh my God, dude, that's such a mess.
Yeah. It was crazy, and then somehow it ended up being the thing that really flipped it into, from good to great.
I love that. Have you ever been kicked out of a comedy show? This is an experience you will never forget.
I'm gonna tell you about my other recent project. Let me see if I have a copy on the desk. I don't. Can you hold on 1 second?
Yeah,
my
absolutely.
bookcase is right behind me.
Yep. Oh yeah, I forgot. You wrote a book.
Yes.
I actually have it. It's on my stack. I ordered it, but I haven't read it yet. Yeah.
Oh man, I hope you like it. It's the same type of humor as my stand up, but it's smarter.
I think that's why we get along so good, because we have so many other weird interests. You know, it's like I have my business pursuits and the things that I do, like in technology and life sciences and stuff, and then comedy, playing drums. It's really interesting, man. I'm complimenting myself by complimenting you. You are you are a very interesting person. And
no, I agree with you. You got to be multifaceted.
Yeah. And stay dynamic. Like I was thinking through the pandemic, like, holy shit, if I was just a comic, what in the world would I be doing? Like
that's the issue.
Your income is gone. Like
if one thing goes wrong, you're done.
And how about all the comedy clubs are closed in Los Angeles, like for a year? Like, holy shit, man. Like, I guess you go back to like waiting tables or something like that. But, I mean, what a blessing to be able to have diverse interests, not only to keep your mind occupied, but also to hopefully keep your housing situation and food. Food on the table. You know what I mean? It's
absolutely
scary world, especially out here, because it's so expensive and so stupid. Like this place is really weird.
So stupid is
like,
fair. Yeah.
We don't have our own water, like just
right.
It's like, it's a weird place to live, man. You're still in LA, obviously. So it's just like, I thought many times about like, should I stay here? Like, is this the best move? But it is the best weather. I mean,
yeah,
it's hard to imagine not being here.
Best weather
for
and
that.
best produce. Those are the winners for me.
It's pretty solid, produce game out here. Oh man, we got to bring this in for a landing. I appreciate your time and taking the time. This has been awesome conversation. I want to talk more about the book. If you want to, plug it for sure, definitely. Talk about that.
Yeah, the book is. I guess we're just audio here, but I'm still going to hold it up.
Yeah.
It's called The Party. It is a political satire. I realized months into telling people about it that I should tell people it has nothing to do with Donald Trump. It's actually based on 2 historical revolutions, and the mirrors from those and our current political situation, and it has nothing to do with our political parties. It has to do with gerrymandering and the lack of antitrust enforcement. But it's told in a funny way. Those are the things that set the setting for it. It's not it's not about antitrust law.
Yeah.
And obviously political extremism is part of this equation, but it's not a direct commentary on what we're going through now. It's just about how history rhymes.
Had you had visions and designs on writing a book previously, or it just kind of came up?
I'm a big reader, man. I just always thought that 2 things that were impossible to write are symphonies and novels. Just like, how do you do it?
Yeah.
And having written a novel, I'm going to say symphony is a million times harder. But
yeah.
But so I had an idea for a feature screenplay. Quincy, who shot and directed my special, I told him the story. He loved the story, and the way it's the form of it is it's 2 different. It's like dueling narratives.
Okay.
They're mostly complementary, but they also contradict each other. And he's like, I think this is too complicated for a movie. You should write this as a book.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I'm a mere mortal. I can't write a book.
Yeah.
And he's like, just start it. You can do it. And so
yeah,
I didn't just start it. I did another 1.5 years, 2 years of research before then on how totalitarian governments fall, how they come to be, things like this.
Yeah.
So then I finally did it, and it took me years.
Yeah. I'm a writer and a reader, and I've finished 2 screenplays, which is great. And I have a book that I thought I finished, and then I spent a year copy editing my friend's book. And when I finished that, I was like, oh, my book sucks. I got to start over. Like, basically, because we did like 4 rounds of edits, and then he sent it to the publisher, and the publishing company's editor still found shit, like still tore it to still chipped away. And I was like, wow, man, like if you want, and it's an amazing book. It's an amazing book. It's my buddy Matt Watkinson's called Mastering Uncertainty. It's an incredible book. But like that level of precision and excellence, it's not a novel. It's a nonfiction. So it's a little different, but I think you have a little bit more leeway with a novel because, there is no right answer necessarily.
You can play with things.
Yeah,
like
you can play with it. Yeah.
There are also errors though.
yeah, absolutely. So so all that to say, like, it is an incredible accomplishment. So congratulations.
Thank
on
you.
Finishing. Finishing is huge. That's big.
Thank you.
But the funny part was that also was a revelation. My buddy's on a big publisher, but like it kind of unmasked the publishing industry for me a lot too, because I think the best part of it was that copy editor. Everything else about it is useless. Like it's this old school, old business model, and it's really dumb. Like it's really, really bad. And if you're not a personality who can market, You might as well not do
don't-
it.
They
They
don't
do
give a fuck.
nothing. They do nothing.
That's why I self-published. I was
Yeah.
looking for a publisher for a year, and finally, and then I talked to people who self-publish, and they're like, definitely self-publish, and I did that instead. I've definitely made more money off the book than I would have
Yeah.
already
Yeah.
if I'd gone through someone.
Now
Actually,
that
the
it's a
editing process
book,
is-
now that it's a book,
crazy.
now do you think you could make it a movie? Like, did that process?
Oh yeah,
change?
yeah. It's
Yeah.
easily adaptable.
Yeah.
I tried to write it. The prose I tried to write simply. The first couple drafts were, a little more florid and stuff. But then the more I thought about the form of it being written by these two people as they sit in prison cells, I was like,
That's cool.
and thinking about their motives for writing this, which is
Yeah.
trying to write a confession that will get them out of prison. I was like, they wouldn't waste time with big words. They would
Right,
write efficiently. There would be no wasted ink. So I trimmed it down. I ended up cutting probably about 10,000 words.
Wow.
By taking out maybe even more. Actually, it was about 100 pages I cut by just taking out things that you didn't need.
Yeah. Kill your darlings, right? Kill your darlings. Yeah.
Exactly. And then another thing you'll like is my last 3 passes on it, I did reading out loud because I wanted to pay attention to the rhythm of every sentence.
Yeah.
So there was special attention taken to the rhythm of the prose. Every sentence does have an intentional rhythm to it.
I definitely want to check it out. Then I'll bump it up to the top of the stack.
Thanks, man.
There's a word for this. I can't remember. It's like bibliophile, some word of people that buy books, regardless of whether they have time to read them, kind of thing. Like,
Dude,
that's me. Like, my stack is like
yeah,
annoyingly
I was gonna say,
big.
Just the ones on my desk that are waiting for me to read. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 in front of me. I've already read. No, I'm sorry. I have 7. I've read 3 of them. No, wait a minute. Hold on. If not counting my book, 4, 7. I have 9 here, and
Yeah.
I've read 3 of them already, but they're in the queue to be reread.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm reading now very intentionally because I do want to finish my book. And I decided to take a page out of Ryan Holiday's book.
The pitcher?
No, the author.
Who am I thinking of? Who's that Phillies pitcher?
Roy Halladay.
Halladay.
Yeah.
Roy Halladay. Okay,
Yeah.
my bad.
He does this thing because I was already doing half of the work, which is like highlighting and notating.
Mm-hmm.
But then he takes the highlight and the annotation and writes it into a index card and then files the index cards. So it's this idea of like training your brain not only to remember the material and note the material, but then the second level of like actually writing out the card, rewriting the idea, cataloging those ideas, and kind of building the structure of your book from the index cards in a way. So I'm trying to like bring that into my process.
Very interesting.
Because in nonfiction, it's like it's like you've kind of got to cite things and reference things to be taken seriously. And my whole gig is to get the book to increase my keynote speaking fees, basically. Because if you keynote without a book, your range is way different than keynoting with a book. You just get more opportunities. So,
And what are your keynote speeches about?
Generally in life sciences technology. So I have the one that I've done more often is about knowledge and information management in the space of life sciences and kind of the importance of pulling information out of individuals that contribute to the greater whole of an organization. And it's like the theme of it is kind of like reading over the shoulders of giants is like the title, you know? So it's just like, you learn these lessons.
It's a really funny title.
You learn lessons from people in your organization, but when they leave, it disappears. So if you don't gather the information and learn from it and share that information, you might as well not have it in the first place. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. And I love doing that. But like you can literally exponentially increase your fees when you come with a book for whatever reason, even if the book is not necessarily exactly related to the topic. It's just a thing. Cause I don't anticipate that it sells a bunch of copies or makes me a bunch of money. It's just, I want to have it. I want to have it on the shelf. Like it's just like a thing I want to accomplish. So, this is, it's crazy.
Best of luck, man.
It's crazy how long it takes.
Carve out an hour a day.
I know.
Carve out an hour a day.
I know.
You can do it.
It's an hour a day, and all the other hours of the day that I'm doing other shit and playing drums an hour a day. And now I'm adding rudiments. It's like somebody was asking me, like, somebody's like, how do you do all this stuff? I'm like, I don't know, mental illness, there you go.
Here's what you do. You keep the pad and the sticks in the drawer next to you. And then when you want to take a rudiment break, you just.
Yep. That's the move. Yeah. I love it, man. Well, listen, Ryan, it's been an absolute pleasure hanging with you.
Likewise.
And man, this is one of my favorite podcasts in a long time because we had so many different topics to talk about. And I'll link up.
Very fun, man.
I'll link up all your stuff in the show notes. Maybe sell some books, get some eyes on your special, and hope to hang with you soon and get together again soon. I haven't been doing spots in a while. I stopped doing Comedy Ahoy because the new venue is I just don't like it. And my time is precious. And I was just like, I'm not going to drive all the way to Hawthorne I loved the old show. And I loved the brewing comedy that closed that we had up here in Westlake. That was awesome.
That was so fun.
But until that shows itself, and I've been playing way more music. So it's like comedy kind of took a back seat a little bit. I miss it though. I really miss doing spots, but it's like, I gotta focus and I think do less to do more for a while. You know what I mean? So, but it'll always be there. And, I really appreciate you, man. It's good to see you. Best of luck with everything. Man. Yeah, brother.
It was great to see you. Let me know anytime you want to see LA Phil, or if you're just curious about what they're playing. I can.
If one comes up, man, that you're like, hey, this is a good one. Go on StubHub. We can meet up and go check it out. That'd be awesome. I'd love to do that.
Hell yeah, man. I'm going to send you this. When we get off this, I'm going to send you this Mendelssohn piece I was listening to yesterday.
Nice. Very good. Anything you want to plug? Anything you want to go out with?
Well, my show calendar's on my website, ryanconnorcomedy.com, and then my my book and my book, The Party, and my special live from DC are both on Amazon.
Right on. Thanks, brother. Be good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. See ya.
Okay. See ya.
Anything come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of